Just make a bunch of noise.
An ordeal.
Yes, it was. Oh my God.
Keep talking.
Hello? Hello? Hello, I'm speaking. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whee! Okay, there we go.
All right, so, God, that was a nightmare.
What a fucking ordeal that was.
So, I never come down here and touch these mics or this interface or the program or anything because it's finicky enough as it is, and I know that when we get down here, we're going to have to, I might have to deal with some kind of a nightmare. But today it decided to be a real issue.
It's looking real low again.
Is it already? Hello, hello, hello. I think that's okay.
Hello!
If I'm speaking in a normal voice, does the waveform look okay?
What about mine? Does mine look okay right now?
Yeah, yours looks good.
Okay.
Sorry, we're having a little bit of PTSD.
We have lost an entire episode before.
Yeah, I think that's happened a couple times, actually. But yeah, so what the issue that we were having was the mics were picking us up, but it was extremely quiet. And you could see the waveform on our program. It looked like it wasn't picking up anything.
No.
And we switched mics, we switched cables, we turned the computer off, we restarted the interface, and we just did everything we could think to do. And then I don't really know what the fix was. It just kind of decided it wanted to start working again.
Intermittent issues.
Yeah, so that was always fun. But hopefully we can get through an episode because we owe you guys one. We owe you a couple, actually. So before we get started, though, I have something I want Wesley to see, and I want to get your genuine reaction to this. Okay. So whenever you're ready, just hit play on that.
Oh boy, I can already tell.
For reference, this is how hairy my butt is right now. All right. So step one, squeeze this cream onto your hand.
Where?
That's on YouTube.
That's on fucking YouTube. Jesus fucking Christ. I wasn't expecting to see fucking asshole and balls. I know. Because at first I was like, is that the YouTube interface? Is there an age restriction on that video, or?
There wasn't when I clicked on it. So
who the fuck goes, you know what? I've got a great idea for a video, and I'm going to spread my ass cheeks and show my asshole to untold hordes of people.
It's insane. The guy's name is Kevin Leonardo. He has a YouTube channel where he does different things, and one of his most
I'd say that's pretty different.
His most popular video is an instructional video on how to remove your ass hair using Nair. And as you just heard, that was the beginning. I didn't skip towards the middle or anything.
No.
Within the first 3 seconds, you're staring down the business end of this guy's hairy asshole. It's on YouTube. And the reason he gets away with it is because it's you can market as educational or whatever. It's the same thing we've talked about before with like the jelking instructional videos or whatever. That shit's on YouTube. There's the Kama Sutra.
No.
There's videos on YouTube like showing like how to do all the different like sex positions and everything.
But God forbid Alex Jones be on there.
Yeah, exactly, right.
What the fuck is going on with this?
And the crazy thing about that video, like when Chris Camp, he's the one who told me about it. And I looked it up because I was like, surely it can't be that. And it's absolutely
It
that.
certainly is.
It's that right away.
It's just fucking ball bag and asshole.
He wastes no time getting into it.
Like, ugh.
And, the first time I saw it, it was like, hey, it just happened so fast. It's like, I've spent so little time looking at a man's hairy asshole that my brain couldn't comprehend what I was looking at.
It's got like the dial-up tone.
Like it didn't have anything to reference. It was like, I don't know what this is.
Like, I've never actually seen one before, so I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it is I'm looking at right now.
He's just riding the camera with it, man. I just imagine this guy in his room just bent over nude.
Now imagine first, like, of course you do it, and like you know that you're doing it, but imagine like going through like the edit process.
How's the lighting look?
He's got like a fucking one of those like circle lights.
Yeah, the ring lights. It's like, how do we get here, man, Mr. Leonardo? But it makes a point. At what point do we draw a line in the sand with instructional or educational videos?
Right there,
right through that man's hairy asshole. I just, YouTube, I guess they set themselves up for failure when they initially made the decisions like, okay, we can show nudity as long as it's educational, because you have to make that exception, I guess, for like medical things.
Yeah.
Like a medical thing, if he was like, here's how, to remove testicular cancer, and it's a dude's balls and they're cutting it up or whatever, that's one thing. But this dude's rubbing Nair on his asshole so that he can be all smooth.
Yeah.
And get his farts trapped in between his butt cheeks.
It's just like, okay, so what if like somebody puts out an educational video? They're like, "This is how you fuck,"
just like with no pretense. This is how you do it right here. This is two fat trailer park. And
YouTube's like, "Well, they said it's educational, so."
Bob and Bev.
Yeah, Bob and Bev.
I mean, that would have to go through some kind of manual review, don't you think?
I would certainly say that people have probably reported it.
Yeah, well, at this point, I'm sure they have. But like when he initially uploads it, I mean, I would imagine you have to flag it like this is not for
from
kids.
The shit that I have seen, like just like perusing like YouTube Kids, like making sure that like there's not any crazy shit on there that my daughter's gonna look at.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'll look at some of them like, nah, I don't know about that one.
Right, yeah. My friend Michael, who was the lead singer of Bay City Psychos back when Bay City Psychos was a thing, his little boy, is like every other little boy, likes to watch YouTube. And kids, if you're like, when you watch a kid watch YouTube, kids watch YouTube differently than like adults watch YouTube.
No.
They are constantly clicking on different videos, and like they hardly ever really see anything through.
No.
And like it's just interesting to watch them do it. But his little boy came across the music video for "I Like to Move It,"
No.
but with Hebrew lyrics, like translated to Hebrew. And
like they were singing in Hebrew, or
they're singing in Hebrew, and Michael was just kind of he's hearing it in the background.
Yeah. He's just like, what in the world?
And the opening like lyrics, whatever.
No.
It sounds like he's saying, "I need more sister pussy." Here, I'll play it for you right quick. It's like if you didn't realize that you're listening to a different song in Hebrew, this is what it sounds like. So Michael's like, what the fuck is he watching?
Turn it off.
Yeah. So it's just...
Well, there a couple years ago there was like a thing where I don't know if it was like AI generated or not, but it was like computer generated like videos for kids, essentially, where they were using the algorithm to.
Oh yeah, the content farm, I think is what they call it. Yeah.
Yeah, so they were essentially just like this, like kind of insane, like content that was being created. It was like people like injecting Elsa with urine and like just this fucking weird.
It was a bunch of like. It was just like it would be like a really weird like amalgamation of like characters from all kinds of different things.
Yeah, it would be.
And
it'd be like Spider-Man and Elsa.
Yeah,
it's essentially like they were finding out like what are the most popular videos, and they would just throw those characters together.
Yeah, it was as algorithmic as it could possibly be. Yeah, I remember that. That was a big thing for a while, and it was creepy. Some of that stuff was just very creepy, very odd. It was, it kind of seemed like it had a little bit of malicious intent behind it.
Yeah.
It's just some of the stuff that I saw, and then you have there's all those videos like of like Johnny yes papa.
Oh yeah.
And he's like eating sugar. And he's like no papa. It's like this, it's these two obviously white characters, but they have like this like Indian accent, thing, and it's just like you can tell it's just. It's so soulless. It's just this thing that they made for so that kids will watch so that they get the ad revenue. Yeah. But I mean, as long as it's harmless, honestly, like whatever.
Yeah, I really give a shit. But
if it's a dude scrubbing his asshole with Nair,
no,
and I'm pretty sure that video didn't have an age restriction.
No,
Well,
it's like what was it? There was maybe it was you that sent it to me. It was like it was like the Thomas the Tank or whatever.
Yeah,
and it was like. It would like play the song,
yeah,
and then I forget what he says in it. He's like kill them all or something like that. It was a meme, obviously,
yeah.
And somehow or another, like it ended up on YouTube Kids.
Oh shit!
And the guy, he was like, "That's not what I intended that for." He's like, he's like, it should have never ended up on YouTube Kids.
It wasn't supposed to go over there.
Yeah,
it just got away from me. Oh man. I mean, yeah. When you upload a video to YouTube, there's a box that you have to check that says, "Is it made for kids?"
Well, and the reason why people do that is because the ad revenue on YouTube Kids is so much higher.
Well, yeah.
Than it is on just regular YouTube, because they know that if it's on YouTube Kids, then it should be quote unquote ad friendly.
Yeah.
Like you should be able to kind of show it to whoever, right?
Right.
And they're trying to get their ads in front of as many eyeballs as possible. You're trying to expand your market size.
Yeah, that's where most of the viewing is happening.
Right, exactly.
It's like, on Twitter or X, I guess now, it's they count views differently. So your tweet, has all these different like factors that they track, like comments, quote retweets, likes, and then also views. And what counts as a view is how many displays your tweet passes. So if you're just scrolling through, right, and somebody just tweeted a picture of a fucking hamburger or whatever.
Yeah, of a hairy asshole.
Yeah. And that hairy hamburger asshole slides past your screen, that counts as a view.
Really?
Yeah, whereas YouTube, I think...
It's like they have like a minimum
I think there's a minimum watch time that counts as a view.
Because I think from what I understand, like when they had like the adpocalypse or whatever, like was it 2015, 2016 that happened? Mm-hmm. I think that they were counting. It used to be that they would just count them like if you clicked on it.
It was how many times a page was requested.
Yeah, like if you clicked on it and like you get that post request that went off to the server to grab that video, they would count that as a view. Mm-hmm. Whereas like I think now like there's like the minimum like watch time that somebody has to go through in order for that to like count towards like what is it they call it, the partner program or whatever, where like they can get paid for it.
Yeah, your CPM or whatever. I can't remember if it was like a flat amount of time or if it was a percentage.
I'd imagine it's probably a percentage because I think that the people that put out long form content did not appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, YouTube has made so many changes to their algorithm that, they do it every year. There's some new thing that they're doing. And it always fucks up like
let me give you a little insight on computer programming, or what they call computer engineers or system engineers is that it's held together with fucking duct tape and bubble gum.
Yeah.
So essentially, I bet nobody's commented any of that code.
No.
It's just like,
It's just a big fucking mess. Just an enormous fucking mess. You just pull it up and you're like, where do you fucking start with this? 10 billion lines of code.
Yeah, the only thing that probably gets commented on that code is just like do not remove.
Yeah, we don't know what it does, but we know that if you remove it, the whole shit doesn't work anymore. It's just some line of code that says like banana. You're like, all
It
right.
just like reaches out to somewhere on the file server and grabs some type of function.
Yeah.
It's like it shouldn't do anything, but if you take it away, the whole thing crashes.
Right. There was I think it was Team Fortress 2, where they had released an update, and there was like in the patch notes or something, one of the devs had written that there's like in the game files there's like a JPEG of a coconut.
Yeah.
And he was like, it serves no purpose, but if you remove it, the game doesn't work. He's like, so you just whatever. If you see this like trash file in here, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
And that game's been around for like 30-something years now with just this coconut JPEG sitting in it that serves some kind of crucial function. So, like, yeah, all of, like, the most sophisticated programs, all of it, is going to have stuff like that. Yeah.
I would take a guess that even those programmers that have created that have probably copy and pasted a lot of that stuff out of what is it? Damn it.
Stack Overflow.
Stack Overflow.
Yeah, probably. Just like, yep, that looks right. Copy paste, and there you go, it works.
That's essentially what I did like with all of my schoolwork.
Yeah.
I'd sit down and go, you know what? I'm actually going to code this.
Yeah.
And then about halfway through when it's not working.
You're like, fuck this forever.
Yeah.
Fuck this till it's dead.
And I would just search in Google. I'd go to Stack Overflow, not read the comments because the comments are fucking horrendous. and just copy all the shit that they have, put it in mine, and just fix all the fucking variables and then make it work.
I was watching this video the other day about this guy that he was a hacker, like a legit hacker. He was a young guy too. I want to say when he got arrested, he was like in his early 20s. But he had stolen something like $100 million worth of just like, company secrets and things like this, that, and the other. But he was doing it, and he was like trying to. What it started with was he got a dev kit for an Xbox 360, which it's incredibly difficult to get that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things on those dev kits. And what I mean by a dev kit is an Xbox 360 that is designed for you to be able to make games for the Xbox 360.
Right.
Every game console has a version called a dev kit, where they use
Well,
it
they have
to
the
make
same
games.
thing they have like Android Studio.
Yeah. So he ended up he got one somehow. And then using that, he was able to backdoor his way into like this platform that all the Microsoft devs use to post their unfinished games or whatever. So he was just this gamer that had access to all this, like all these like half finished products and like the stuff that's coming out. And I don't know if you remember, but Gears of War 3 got leaked.
That sounds familiar.
Before it released, and it was him. He's the one who did it.
Oh, really?
And so he was in Epic Games, who is the people that made Gears of War at the time. He was in their system, like he was in there, and Epic, of course, is pissed because when that happens, it takes all the wind out of their sails. Right? This is the finale of their series. It's going to be a huge sell.
Well, not only that, but then you also have to start looking through like what else is in that drive.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. So
is there financial information in that drive?
So he had a lot of stuff in there that he started like hawking off all this information to different people, whatever. And then he found out that the FBI was in their system too, and they were trying to catch him. He caught the FBI in their system before they could catch him.
Yeah.
And so then he knew that they were.
This is like a file.
Yeah.
A file folder is like not FBI.
Yeah. With like the picture of that guy like peeking over like the brick wall. So there was a lot of like happenings with that. And he's like, he's hacking into all these things and stealing all this information, blah blah. And he, at some point, because really what they were doing is they were selling video game stuff. That's what it was. They were selling video game stuff to modders, so that modders could, like
do the work for them.
They could go into like a multiplayer lobby with like infinite ammo and infinite health. Like we've run into hackers before. So it kind of just little shitty harmless kind of things.
No.
But then of course it progresses when they start realizing how much money they can make, blah blah. And one of the things that they tried to do was they broke into like the U.S. Army's something or another. They backdoored their way into some system that they have and downloaded the Apache helicopter training simulator and tried to sell it to Al Qaeda. And I think that Al Qaeda was like, no, we don't need that. We already have Apaches and we know how to fly them.
Yeah.
But then Al Qaeda also, I'm pretty sure, snitched on them because they were like, "You're creating this paper trail between us that we don't need to exist." Yeah. So Al Qaeda they contacted the FBI. It was like, "Look, we know things are rough between us, but here's what's going on." They eventually caught up with the kid. Like he did it for a long time. I think they caught him like 7 or 8 years into like doing all this stuff. And they hit him with like $100 million worth of whatever. And I think he struck a deal with either Microsoft or someone else, I can't remember, to work for them.
Most of the time, that's what happens.
To help them, fix like all these like backdoor things that they have going on.
Most of the time, that's what happens. It's like if those guys get caught like that, like most of the times, like either they'll start working for like the FBI, or they'll start working for like the CIA or like a private company in order to like fix the security issues.
Well, that knowledge is extremely valuable.
All that stuff is very interesting because I remember one of the classes that I took was a cybersecurity class, and they kind of teach you like how to scrub for like IP addresses and like how to like you can get into a system like based upon like SQL queries and stuff like that. Yeah. So like you can actually send off a SQL query to like not a whole lot of people do it anymore because a lot of it's patched, but it used to be like you could go through like just a regular search engine and then you could like put in like a special string of characters in order to like grab passwords and usernames out of like a database. Right. Because like most databases, like you have to be connected to a database, like essentially through whatever like PHP or whatever like programming language it is that you're using. Like it has to send that information off to the database to grab it. So it used to be like you could kind of circumvent that and then have the database send you the information. Right, yeah. And then you could be like, oh, here's everybody's username and passwords. Yep. And they essentially just log in and then go grab your payment information and congratulations, now they have... Like, they would just use the UI like you would, like, just logging into a website, but now they have all your information.
It's really interesting, when you look at, like, how, like, Hollywood portrays hacking, what hacking is. It's, like, is not at all an accurate representation.
It's like a black screen with green text.
Yeah, with, like, the matrix text and some dude's, like, typing on 2 keyboards at once. Like, no, really what it is like some nerdy dude with a cup of noodles just trying different usernames and passwords for hours. Right. That's how they got into, you remember the fappening? That's how they got into all those like celebrities' phones and stole all their nudes. Right. And poor J-Law, she got hit the hardest. No. That's one butthole I have seen.
Well, now you've seen at least 2 buttholes.
Yeah. At any given moment, you can see Jennifer Lawrence's butthole on the internet. It's not far away. All thanks to hackers.
If that was me and like,
I think that's what started 2FA actually.
Really?
I think the fappening is what brought about 2FA. Yeah. Two-factor authentication, that is.
I would just like assume that like if I had like nudes somewhere, I'd be like, I would just assume that eventually at some point they're going to get leaked.
Yeah.
You just kind of have to come to that realization. Yeah. It's like, you know what? It is what it is.
You send them out there.
Yeah.
They're out there. You put them in a little boat and you set it out to sea. It can wind up anywhere. And the bad thing is it can copy.
It's like, and at least like if you're an attractive person, it's
Yeah.
like, well, that's
Big deal.
Yeah. So what?
Yeah. But if you're like an ugly frump
Yeah.
and you're like really taking a chance,
That's not good.
that's why you never have your face in them.
Right.
No face, no case. Yeah, I mean, there's what they call hacking groups, like these people who think that
Like Anonymous?
Yeah, like Anonymous is like for real.
Yeah, they're like an actual hacking
Yeah,
group.
but then like you have like there's a couple different ones. Of course, like Lizard Squad was that one.
Oh, yeah.
And literally all they do is they just try usernames and passwords over and over and
Yeah.
over and over, and eventually they can get into something.
Right. Well, I mean, you can set up like automation that would just essentially, like, it just tries
Like
over
brute forcing,
brute forcing
yeah.
your way in. But there's a lot of places now that will lock you out after a certain amount of attempts.
Mm-hmm.
So like you
I think
can't.
they found a lot of people have found a way around that. They like reset that timer too. Oh, hang on, guys, we got company. Pause. All right, the dogs are in the room, so if you hear calamity, that's why I guess they're going to be with us for a little bit. But I was telling Wes that Mary's going off to a little arts and crafts fair that they do around here, and it reminded me that. I say reminded me. It was literally last night. We went to go see the Journey tribute band.
How was that?
It was really fucking good.
Was it the amphitheater?
Yeah, it was really, really fucking good, and it was a free concert. Like we just walked right in and and you listen, and they sounded exactly like Journey. Like, you know, anybody can. Well, I say anybody. People could pick up a guitar and play a Journey song, right? But to sing like the guy from Journey,
that's a different thing.
That's a whole different thing, and this dude nailed it. Of course, they were playing all the hits and everything, and towards the end of it, they go to walk off stage, and they haven't played "Don't Stop Believing," and they're like, "All right, everybody, have a great night," and they're leaving, and you can kind of there's like this pall that falls over the crowd.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Are they fucking seriously not going to play Don't Stop Believing?"
Yeah.
And they didn't even tease us for that long. Like 30 seconds go by, and they're like, "You want some more?" And everyone's like, "Fuck yeah!" So they come back out and they play "Don't Stop Believing." Of course, it was great. But before they came out and started playing, there was a like a little country band that was playing.
Mm-hmm.
It was a girl and like two guitarists and a drummer, and they were really, really good. But I was sitting there listening to her, watching her play and everything, and I'm thinking she's like late 20s or something like that. And in between one of her songs, she's like, "I just graduated from high school," and I was like, "What the fuck?" And me and Mary looked at her like, "Jeez, what the hell?" And I was like, it just kind of dawned on me. I was like, I always just kind of assume that people are around my age.
Yeah.
And I was like, but when somebody tells me like, "Yeah, I'm 22," I'm like, what?
Well, that's what the other day.
Why?
That's like the other day. There was like a commercial, and there was like a kid that was like college aged or whatever, and I was just like, I can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
Between like a kid that's like 16
and a kid that's like 25,
kid that's like 23.
Yeah.
It's like they all just look the same.
They all look the same. I feel like, I don't know if it was just because I was younger or whatever, but like when I was like a little kid, I feel like people looked like what they were. Like
Right.
adults look like adults, teenagers look like teenagers, and like
Right.
other kids look like other kids. And it's like now that I'm older, it's kind of like everybody kind of looks like I just think everybody's in their mid 30s unless
Right.
they're like a fucking child,
Yeah.
or like a geriatric person.
I have no idea. I can't
like,
tell.
I can't see the subtlety anymore.
Right.
It's just all mixed together. And but yeah, it was really good last night. We waited for fucking ever for food stand food.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It just took. Oh my god, we got Polish sausages, like smoked Polish sausages. They weren't that great.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, but I typically don't react well to fair food anyway.
No.
But I get it every time I can.
Yeah.
Just because it's so good.
It's just your body turns it into straight diarrhea.
Yeah, it's just immediate diarrhea. Like the moment it passes my esophagus, it's already diarrhea.
My body is a well-oiled machine that turns fair food into diarrhea.
It's like I love all that shit, like funnel cakes.
Oh, yeah.
The big smoked turkey legs.
Yeah. Have you ever had a deep fried Oreo?
Yes.
Oh, it's so good.
That's something else entirely.
Yeah.
A deep fried Oreo. I remember when we went down to Orlando for like their Halloween thing that they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that, everybody. I got a smoked turkey leg and immediately got like the worst constipation I have ever had in my entire life.
That turkey leg was super salty.
Yes, it was. You remember it. Yeah.
Specifically, I remember that turkey leg.
I just remember it was very salty, very dry, and it was very big. And I ate the whole thing, and my body was like, dude, I can't pass this, man. Like, it can't go either way. Like, you can't puke it up, and we can't shit it out. So what do we do now? And I just remember, like, it just sat like a fucking rock in my stomach for hours and hours. It was so fucking bad.
I remember eating that, and I immediately was like, water.
Yeah, like that episode of SpongeBob. Oh my goodness.
Was that the same episode where Patrick is like, what kind of place is this?
Yeah. I saw this thing the other day. It was, do you remember the episode where it was snowing inside of, it was when Sandy was hibernating. It was like snowing inside of like her little dome or whatever. Hello? All right, we're back. We're having a hard time getting through this episode.
We're going to get this episode recorded. It's going to happen.
We evicted our guests. They're in the other room. Hopefully they behave. But they had yanked, for some reason the program stopped recording. I don't know. I don't know why I did that. And then one of the dogs yanked a cord out of the interface. But yeah, we were talking about that SpongeBob episode, and they're like hitting each other with like the big bat, and he's like, "I'm Dirty Dan." And he's like, "You're Pinhead Larry," or whatever. I saw this edit. It was Vegeta and Goku. They were doing it, and Vegeta was like, he was like, "I alone will be Dirty Dan." I don't know what it was about it. It just made me realize like how much I love Vegeta as a character, and like he's just so, I don't know. Like you've seen the Dragon Ball Z Abridged by Team 4-Star. The first couple, like if you ever go and watch that, the first couple episodes are kind of hard to get through, just because it's really aged, and like whoever was doing the voice for Kami was like doing like this really strained, airy, like old man voice, like that. And it's hard to listen to. You're like, God, that is nails on a chalkboard. But like once you get into like episode 10 or so, it's so fucking funny. It's some of the funniest shit that's ever been on YouTube. And like, I remember like watching through Dragon Ball Z Abridged and just being surprised at like how well Team 4-Star could write. I mean, like obviously they're working with like they had the show that's already been animated and everything, so but they edit it and chop it up in certain ways. But like they make almost like their own storyline with it, and it's just really impressive. And it made me realize, like or it makes you realize like some of the best stuff and some of the most talented people are all they're missing is the funding. Right.
Yeah, it's just they need the backing and they don't have it.
They just don't have it. Like if you could give like have you ever seen Potion Seller?
Mm-mm.
You never seen Potion Seller where the dude's like sitting in front of his laptop and he's got like the face warp thing on, and he's like, "Potion Seller, I need your strongest potions." And you never seen that? It's just this dude. He has all these videos that are like that. I cannot pronounce his name. It's Justin Kurtzkusk or something like that. Some crazy Polish last name. but all of his videos are just him sitting in front of like this like laptop webcam with like the face warp thing on, and he's just improvising these monologues or like these things or whatever. His most famous one is Potion Seller. And it's just this dude who's trying to convince a potion seller to sell him his potions, and the potion seller won't do it. But like, you go through and you watch like a couple of his videos, and you can tell like number one, he has great improv chops, like insane improv chops, and like also, if you gave him a pen and paper, he could probably write something really fucking good.
Yeah.
But he's just a dude with a laptop on YouTube, and it's like, you want him to be more than that because he would really excel.
Right.
If you gave him like a Hollywood team, he could probably make something really fucking good.
Right. Yeah, I think there's like a fine line between the people that have the large monetary backing, because then you get like there's too many chefs in the kitchen because a lot of people have a lot of capital wrapped up in it. Mm-hmm. And I think that's one of the reasons, and we've talked about it before, but that's one of the reasons why so many like modern movies just fucking suck. Yeah. Is because everybody wants to put their little fucking spin on it. Yeah. And it's like, and if somebody's paying a bunch of fucking money for it, then of course like people feel obligated to let them put their little bullshit in it. Yeah. Whereas like with somebody like that, like they're the sole proprietor of that IP. Yeah. So they can kind of do whatever the fuck they want to do. Right. And that's what makes it so great. That's why Star Wars, the first 4, 5.
Here we go.
I'm not going to get into it, but that's why 4, 5, and 6, because it was just George Lucas.
It was just George Lucas.
He's the person that wrote it. Yep. So like he has an idea of the way that he wants it to go. Yeah. Right. It's one of the reasons why Lord of the Rings was so great, because it was written by Tolkien. Yeah. And Tolkien knew the direction which he wanted to take that story. Yeah. There wasn't a whole bunch of people writing the story. It's just that one person.
And like also George Lucas was also over at the prequels, and people feel about the prequels however they want to. A lot of the biggest problems with the prequels, Star Wars prequels, is because they were really kind of focused on marketing, like toys and like just the kind of all the after stuff. Right. After the movie's released, how much money can we milk out of this thing? Right. That snowballed into what it is today. But yeah, with Lord of the Rings especially is a great example because Tolkien was he is like a once in a lifetime author.
Yeah, like they don't come around like that.
No, he's a literary great.
Right.
As much as Shakespeare was in his time.
And I don't think that was not his profession. I think from what I understand, like the backstory of how that got started was he was just making that up. And he was
reading it to his kids or someone.
Yeah, so he was making that story up and reading it to his kids as like a bedtime story. Yeah. And then he just took off with it.
And he started with The Hobbit, right?
Right. Yeah. And he started with The Hobbit. And, there's a bunch of backstory and everything that he wrote for
like the Silmarillion or whatever. Yeah,
which is kind of like
the codex for that whole
origins of good and evil. It's a sort of like the genesis of
It's people will criticize Lord of the Rings and Tolkien especially because everything is very thinly veiled, or they claim it to be a very thinly veiled allegory to European, what they call European expansion or European, not expansion, European excellence, I think it was.
Yeah.
Because
I don't even know what that is.
A lot of the focus is on for instance, take hobbits in the Shire. Yeah. It's very clearly English countryside where Tolkien grew up.
Right. Well, that's where he grew up. So.
Yeah, but then he also had a lot to say about industrialization, right?
Right.
With Saruman and the orcs and all that. Right. And just war as
war in general.
It's it is an allegory for war. It is an allegory for industrialization.
But it also tells a story of absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yes, absolutely does. It's not an allegory for, I think, classism
or colonization
or racism or colonization or anything like that. A lot of people have recently started claiming that it was anti-migrant because the orcs were coming into white people's land. I know, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Roll my eyes all the way into the back of my fucking head.
It's like when people start up with that shit, I'm like,
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how little I care?
Yeah. Immediately, I'm like, I'm going to dismiss everything that's about to come out of your mouth.
You will never say anything to me that I will ever take seriously. From this point on, never will it happen.
Well, it'd be like me criticizing a writer from Africa.
Yeah.
And being like, well, that's just thinly veiled black supremacy.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's where they grew up. So that's why they wrote the story in the way in which they did.
Yeah.
Is because you write stories about shit that's fucking around you.
It's actually kind of funny because there are people who have recently started up this new thing where they're saying that Tolkien based the Uruk-hai off of Africans and Asians.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And this guy posted on Twitter recently, this is a quote from the Wikipedia, or this is an excerpt from the Wikipedia page. It says, the mostly white free peoples of Middle-earth doing battle with the hordes of beast-like orcs is seen by some as an indication of racism. Of the orcs, the Uruk-hai are described as, quote-unquote, black, and a smaller orc, a tracker, is described as black-skinned. All orcs are often described as slant-eyed, and the Uruk-hai at least refer to the Rohirrim as white-skins. Tolkien described orcs as, quote, squat, broad, flat-nosed, sallow-skinned with wide mouths and slant eyes. In fact, degraded and repulsive versions of the, to Europeans, least lovely Mongol types. Now, here's an interesting thing about this. He never said that orcs look like Asians and black people. He described them this way, and people read that, and they said, hey, that's Asians and black people.
Yeah, because people go, that's how I feel about those people, so that's the way he must feel about those people.
That's exactly right.
So I better say that he's a racist before everybody figures out that I'm a racist.
And the dude posted that in that particular like Twitter thread as this like gotcha moment. And I was like, man, you are just proving your own bias here.
It's like you're doing a lot of projecting there.
Yeah,
you got something you want to say to the group?
It's like you saw that description, and the first thing that came to your mind was Asians and black people.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of like, so it's a big mask off moment, huh?
Yes, it absolutely is. And even in video games here recently, there's been a big push to remove orcs as this race or class that is constantly vilified or seen as like ugly and dangerous or whatever.
No.
And it's like, well, that's just because that's what a fucking orc is.
Yeah.
You find me an orc in the real world and ask him his opinion. Oh wait, you can't because they don't fucking exist.
They don't fucking exist.
They're big green men with tusk teeth, and they don't exist. So if you win this social justice thing that you're trying to do for orcs, who does it benefit?
It doesn't benefit anybody.
It makes no difference whether you win or lose this battle.
They're not real.
Because they're not real. And the thing that they always fall back on is that orcs are used as an allegory for black people or just non-whites in general. And I was like, again, when you say that,
you are saying that.
You are the one making that implication. That
it's coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, I never said. No one ever said that. Hey, the orcs are in this game as a stand-in for black people.
Right.
You're the one who said that. It's like, no, this guy's green and he has tusk teeth.
No.
Like, have you ever been? Okay, go to a black neighborhood. Tell me how many of those you see.
Right.
Yeah. Because if those existed in a black neighborhood, it would be a nightmare for everybody involved. If those existed in a white neighborhood,
nobody would be having a good time.
Yeah, it would be exactly like that movie Bright, where the orcs would then become the class that everybody got together and hated.
Which is actually a pretty interesting concept because a lot of the communities in the inner city now are not fucking happy with the immigrant issue.
I wanted to talk about that, yeah. And so one of the, probably the best examples of divine comedy in the whole wide world is all of these sanctuary cities, these northeast and coastal sanctuary cities that have been claiming that the border needs to stay open and that the migrants need to come in and refugees are welcome and blah, blah, blah. Well, Governor DeSantis and Governor Abbott said, well, you want them so bad, here they come.
No.
And they started busing all the illegal immigrants up to these sanctuary cities, and they are over fucking run. I think New York, as it stands right now, has something like 80,000. And you can't have an influx of 80,000 unskilled workers who do not speak the language. There's nothing you can do with them. They have nowhere to go. They have nothing to offer. They don't contribute anything.
Right. So what do you think is going to happen when these people have no way of making money and they have no way of contributing to the society at large? What do you think is going to happen?
Do you think they're just going to accept sleeping on the sidewalk in New York City? No. And before it becomes a race thing, it's not a race thing. It's absolutely a national thing. Because if you took the same people from fucking Albania who were unskilled and didn't speak the language.
What do you think? Why do you think gypsies are the way that they are?
Yeah. You take 80,000 of those from anywhere who look like white, black, Asian, whatever, doesn't matter, and you inject them into your society, what did you think was going to happen?
Right.
And the funniest fucking thing about it is a couple of days ago, Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, he hosted this town hall thing where he started bitching and complaining. He was like, I don't see an end to this problem. They're going to destroy New York City. And I was like, man, that sounds like the same kind of thing that you all lauded as racist, dangerous, white supremacist rhetoric.
It's like,
for the past 4 fucking years.
You know who that sounds like? Hitler.
Heavens, no.
You sound a lot like Hitler.
I took my device. You know, it's hard to feel bad for him. It really is hard to feel bad for him because these people voted on these policies that affected people down at the border. The people up in New York voted on national policies that affected people down at the border and caused them to deal with this problem. Well, now that the problem's being sent to you, all of a sudden you think it's unfair and you shouldn't have to deal with it.
Right. Well, it's always nice to be progressive until it smacks you in the face.
Oh yeah, until you have to make good on that fucking promise you made.
Right. Well, it's like there's if you don't know who it is, it's Thomas Sowell. So Thomas Sowell he's like an economist.
Yeah.
From Stanford University. He's pretty well renowned.
Yeah.
Like he's a real smart guy. And he essentially said that there is no such, and I'm probably going to butcher this quote. There's no such thing as like choosing something and then it not having an effect.
Yeah.
Like there are only trade-offs.
Right. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
everything,
like
every choice has
a
consequence. Yeah.
There is a consequence to that decision. Like you can't make a choice and there not be a consequence to the decision that you make, even if the decision that you make is a good decision and leads you down a good path.
Yeah.
There's a consequence that is involved with that decision that you made.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's like even if the people that voted for the policies that want to let more people into the country, it's like, well, now there is a consequence to that policy that you have enacted.
Yeah, to the tune of 80,000 migrants.
Right. And it's like, so now you are having to deal with the consequence of the policy in which you enacted.
The same thing's happening in Chicago. I've seen a lot of videos recently where a lot of these people have gone to like town hall meetings or whatever, and they are freaking out about these people pouring into their communities because it's so fucking funny to hear them complain about we're losing our identity, our vote no longer counts.
Oh heavens!
And I'm just like, people have been saying this for a long time, and you always claimed that they were racist and bigots and blah blah blah, and now that it's happening to you, it took no time. By the way, you immediately flipped on your stance when you started having to deal with it. You fucking folded right away.
Yep.
So congratulations on standing by your principles.
You got red pilled pretty quick there.
Pretty fucking quick. And the thing is, it really is not a matter. A person who sees this as a race issue when somebody says that it's a race issue, that just tells me that they haven't dealt with it yet.
Right.
Because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It is not a race issue.
Right.
As I say, if it was fucking Canadians, because some Canadians speak French, if 80,000 Canadians who only spoke French and didn't know how to do anything at all suddenly appeared in your town and you have a humanitarian duty to not just fucking let them die, then it's going to strain the local economy. It's going to strain the infrastructure. Not enough resources for that massive
influx of people. And it could take multiple generations before these individuals or their offspring become like active members in society that provide some type of good or service.
Even if, and that's assuming that's what they want to do.
Right.
So it is absolutely just a matter of culture and society.
Right.
You cannot take these two wildly different cultures and just intermingle them and expect it to be fine. There's going to be clashes.
Right.
Hell, we have homogenous societies now that don't get along with one another.
Right.
You remember that episode of Fairly Odd Parents where everybody was gray and blobby?
No.
And there's people who are like, I'm the grayest and the blobbiest.
Right.
That's human nature. That's going to be the way that's always going to be the fact, or always going to be how it is. But you can't just exacerbate the issue by suddenly injecting 80,000 people who were, far less gray and far less blobby.
Right.
And I've also been reading recently. So, I think it was Arizona that built the shipping container wall along the border, and the Biden administration sued them and told them to take it down.
Yeah.
And then
I think Texas did one
Texas
where they
put
across the Rio Grande, right?
Yeah, they put that floating blockade in the Rio Grande, those big orange balls with saw blades in between.
Mm-hmm.
They put those in the Rio Grande, and Biden administration sued them and told them to take that down. Well, now the Biden administration has decided that they're looking at enforcing a policy called Stay in Texas or Remain in Texas, where those migrants cannot be shipped out of Texas. The governor can't get rid of them. The governor has to hang on to them. And it's like, why?
That's unconstitutional. I don't understand.
What does unconstitutional even mean anymore?
The thing that really gets me, and the thing that really pisses me off is that there's so many just fucking do-nothing Republicans that have let this fucking happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like you are just as fucking culpable as all these fucking leftists that are enacting these fucking policies, because you just sit there with your fucking dick in your hand and you don't fucking do anything because you're fucking spineless.
You're spineless, you're cowardly, and complacent.
Right.
And then you have the left who are just fucking stark raving mad lunatics.
Right.
This is not a good combination.
Right.
Let's switch the personalities. And we have stark raving mad lunatic Republicans and cowardly, spineless, complacent, do-nothing liberals.
Right.
It would just be some other big fucking issue that we have. At that point, it would probably be like fucking Gestapo running around. It would be something we're having to deal with that. We'd be sitting here complaining about the fucking the workers' union came into my house and fucked my wife.
Right. Well, I mean, it's just fucking absurd. It's the same bullshit that the right was pulling back in the 90s with all the fucking shit they were trying to do with fucking free speech.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's just kind of amazing to me how people have like this short fucking attention span, and it's like they don't seem to fucking understand that it's like, well, guess what? When the other ones come into fucking power and they start pulling on the fucking heartstrings of like patriotism and all that other bullshit, like fucking W did, so that he can get us into all these fucking illegal wars. Which, by the way, there's no such thing as a fucking legal war anymore. Yeah. Because guess what? All the presidents have done it on their fucking own, which is super fucking illegal. Yeah. You're supposed to get Congress to enact war. Yeah. So none of these wars that we have fought since fucking World War II have actually been fucking legal. So you need to round up every single fucking one of these presidents and you need to throw them in fucking prison.
And they don't even have... And the thing... Another thing that they'll do is they'll just change the fucking definition of what war means.
Right. They'll move the fucking goalposts.
Yeah, they'll say, well, it's not war because this, that, and the other. Even though you're sending troops and tanks.
You sent troops to another country with the sole purpose of killing people.
You sent them into
that's fucking war.
Yeah, you sent them into a sovereign nation and started killing them.
Right.
That's called a war. Now, regardless of the reason why you did it, even though we know that you did it to protect assets and oil over there. This is the whole reason we were over there. Let's not fucking kid
opium
ourselves.
Fields.
Or fucking heroin. Regardless of the reason that you sent them over there, even if it was a good reason, we have to call a spade a spade. War is war, and you have to call it that.
Right.
The fucking Biden administration did the same thing with what inflation means.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many fucking tweets by quote unquote Biden. Biden's not the one fucking tweeting. That man, he can't run a bath, let alone Twitter. His own Twitter account. I see these tweets all the time where I guess it's that Jean-Pierre tweeting about how great the economy is. Like, we don't fucking live in it. Like, we don't live in the same economy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not driving down the road and seeing gas $1.50 higher than it was 4 years ago.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to the grocery store.
Don't trust your eyes.
Yeah, like I'm not going to the grocery store and spending on average 2 times as much as I was 4 years ago.
Right.
On the same shit.
It's just fucking gaslighting is all it is.
That's all it is.
That's
all it is. And the only reason they would be doing that to that degree is not because they're trying to convince you or themselves. It's because they have a plan to take away your liberties. Now, before I turn into fucking Alex Jones here, I'm sorry that we went this direction.
Well,
but
it's like the guy that had the FBI came out to his fucking house and held him and his fucking girlfriend at fucking gunpoint.
Yeah.
And guess what? They contacted a fucking safe company with just a warrant, not a fucking subpoena, which they're supposed to fucking do. And the safe company just gave them the fucking backdoor access to the fucking safe.
Yep. Yeah, that was a Liberty Safe company that did that. They got hit real hard after that because people immediately were like, well, first of all, who are the people that are buying gun safes? Probably conservatives,
Right.
if we had to guess. If I had to hazard a guess, that's probably who's doing it. Also, safes are a very expensive thing. So not
on
every,
average, like $7,000 for a gun safe.
Not everybody is buying one. So you have the people who are buying it are conservatives who are wealthy.
Right.
So that's your customer base. When you piss them off, that's not a large group of people. They immediately turned their backs on him.
Right.
So I saw where Liberty Safe released this thing where they said, they basically in so many words said, moving forward, we're not going to do that again. And it doesn't really matter because you've already done it.
It's fucking too little too late. You should have thought about that before you gave them the fucking backdoor access without the fucking subpoena.
Yeah. You know,
it's like you need to name our company specifically in the subpoena before we fucking give this to you. It's okay. It's the same fucking shit that Apple did with the FBI, where the FBI says
when San Bernardino happened.
We need a backdoor. We need backdoor access into your fucking.
Well, Apple actually told them no.
Yeah, they said get fucked, and Apple continues to tell them to get fucked.
Yeah,
they're like, you go get a third party to fucking crack it because we're not fucking giving it to you.
Yeah, and that was that was a big thing too. That's where people started learning about Vault 7 was. The FBI, CIA, the Department of Homeland Security, all those people, they have backdoor access to all your everything. They can get into everything that they need to get into. This is real shit, by the way. You can look up. We're not just being tinfoil hat conspiracy theories here. It's a very real thing.
No, this is well documented.
This is well documented, declassified information. They can access. If I took my computer and I turned the internet off, unplugged the Ethernet cable, whatever. If my phone is nearby, they can use my cell phone to emit a signal to the computer so they can get into my computer and check my hard drive.
TikTok does something.
Do what?
TikTok does the same thing.
Yeah, TikTok does the same thing. TikTok actually will allow them to access phones in the same room as you. If you have TikTok on your phone, say Wesley had TikTok on his phone, they could access my phone, even though I don't have TikTok on my phone.
Right. And your computer and any other wireless device that can connect to the internet.
And the stupidest fucking thing I hear from people all the time is if you don't have anything to hide, what are you worried about? It's like, that is not the point. I don't know how to make you realize that that's not the point.
You can't make people realize that's not the point. Because
the
they
point is
they don't want to fucking hear it. They want to stick their fucking hand in the sand and until it fucking slaps them in the face and then they fucking realize what the issue is.
Until it happens to them. Until it happens to them. That's the same thing with this fucking migrant crisis that New York and Chicago is facing.
Until you start questioning the powers that be, and then all of a sudden you're fucking in trouble because they started trampling on your fucking rights. Then you're going to get mad. But until it touches you, a lot of people don't give a fuck.
Yeah. It's so hard to get people to... It's hard to get people to empathize with the plight of others, right? So you were never going to get New Yorkers to empathize with what people in Texas have been dealing with this influx of migrants. I mean, it's hundreds of thousands. It's unbelievable the amount of people that are pouring in. There's a consequence for these people coming into these communities.
Yeah.
They're not built to handle the number one, this influx of people, this many people who don't speak the language, this many people who don't have skilled labor, these many people who still have needs like water and food and shelter. And you can't just let them live on the street because they're not going to stay on the street.
Yeah. Well, what do you think's going to... Okay, so let's say that there's 100 people in a room, and we take 3 people and stick them in the room, and they go, these 3 people are not going to contribute anything to anything that anybody's doing in this room.
Yeah.
Also, we need every single one of you to give $2
Yeah.
to these 3 people.
To foot the bill for these people. Now, these 3 people are going to take that money and they're going to save maybe $10 of whatever it is that they get. Yeah.
And the rest of it, they're going to send it out of the room.
Yeah.
And you're never going to see that money again.
It doesn't go back into the economy.
It doesn't go back into the economy.
Yeah.
It's like, so what do you think is going to happen? Well, the government is going to print more fucking money.
We call that hemorrhaging.
Yeah. And guess what? We're going to continue to give this money to these. Oh, also, we're going to bring in 5 more people.
Yeah.
And this time we need you to give $3 a piece.
Next year it's going to be $20 and $10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So give them that money, and then they're going to save $5 of that money, and they're going to take the rest of the money, and they're going to send it out of the room.
And if you say anything bad about it, you're a bigot and you deserve to die.
Right. Not only that, but we're going to print more money next year, but we're not going to give it to you.
Yeah.
You're only going to get the same amount of money that you have been getting.
Yeah.
And these other 3 people over here, we're going to give them more money.
Yeah.
But these other people over here, they only have to give $1. That's essentially what's fucking happening.
Yeah. 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 I mean, it's very, you don't have to boil it down.
And also, some of these people, some of these 5 or 3 people that came in, they're going to attack some of you.
Yeah, by the way, they're going to kill some of you, and they're going to do drugs, and they're going to rape some of your kids, and you can't say anything about it. And then somebody in the crowd says, why?
Right.
And then they say, because we said so.
Yeah, straight to jail.
Yeah, straight to jail with you, sir, for asking. Where you will go and probably get murdered and raped by these people. So... One of the one of the places in the world that have, in my opinion, dealt with the worst of the migrant crisis. Which, by the way, are there anybody left in these countries? There's so many that are coming in. Is there any left in there? We have to have them all by now, right? So, Sweden has. Let me just put it this way: Sweden is gone. Sweden will never return to what it once was.
No.
It will never go back to being a nation of Swedish people. It is now a nation of migrants, people from Africa, people from Middle East, people from this, that, the other. It doesn't matter.
Now, are these legal or illegal migrants?
Oh, very, very illegal. Very illegal. They were shipped in by the European Union. They literally crammed as many of them as they could and sent them into Sweden.
No.
And they said, there you go, deal with that. And Sweden's rape incidents skyrocketed, murder skyrocketed, personal theft skyrocketed, property rates fucking plummeted.
No.
There has not been one single beneficial thing that has happened during the migrant crisis as a result of these people coming into the country. Not one single beneficial thing.
That's why there's been such a large uprising in like populist policies.
Yes.
Because people like these whole like
you
NAFTA
see these articles all the time that we're concerned about the right wing,
and like all that stuff. It's, you know what? It's like people can only handle so much until they're like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to do this globalist thing anymore. This isn't one free fucking world.
Yeah.
We're not going to do this. We're not going to go to one currency.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
It's impressive that they managed to push it this far. It got way out of hand. It's so unbelievably out of hand that I genuinely can't believe it got to this point.
The point where they fucked up was they tried to fucking expedite it too fucking quickly. If it
Yeah.
had been more of a slow drip for an extended
Yeah.
period of time, they might have pulled it off.
No, but instead they were busing in hundreds of thousands, close to millions of them into these
Right.
countries. And Sweden wasn't the only one. It happened to Germany. It happened to France. It's happened to England. I can't remember who it was. Some kind of political somebody over in England told rape victims to shut their mouths for the sake of diversity. That's a real fucking thing that actually fucking happened. And you're going to tell me that I'm the bad person?
Right.
I'm the bad person? I'm sorry, but no, I'm not.
Well, and it's that kind of stuff does not get enough airtime because you have too much other like bullshit that's going on where people are talking just about superfluous shit that doesn't fucking matter.
Like fucking pronouns.
Yeah.
Who did what at the show?
Yeah.
Who's kissing who? It doesn't fucking, none of
I
that
don't
fucking
fucking care.
matters. I don't like those people to begin with. I don't care what they're doing.
No.
Like,
It's
the next time you bring
yeah.
up those people, you better be telling me that they're being booked for pedophilia.
It's like the only like when people just like you could just be making fucking people up. Lil Skizzy and
Yeah.
and Bebop.
Yeah. They're like AI generated people.
Yeah. It's like, did you know they broke up? Like, I don't know who either one of
I
those
don't know
fucking
who that
people
is.
are.
Who is that?
Who is that? Who are these fucking people?
Yeah.
Like, they're TikTok stars. It's like, I don't.
That means nothing.
That means fucking nothing to me. Little Ralph.
Little Ralph.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And of course, it's because it's the new thing that you and I aren't a part of,
Yeah.
right? But whatever. It's like I always said when I was young that I was going to keep up with the new stuff, and I was like, I imagine myself now, like, what would I look like?
How fucking exhausting.
If I came to family dinner and was like, did you guys hear about Lil Scoop and Ding Dong? And they'd be like, Gary, you're 31.
Grow up.
You're bald. Like, you have high blood pressure and a thyroid problem. Why are you telling me about this? I think that one of the biggest societal ills, and this is not anything new, we're not the only people who have said it, and this is not the first time we've ever said it, is social media.
Yeah, it's not good.
Because the people who are posting all the time
Terminally online.
and are terminally online are people who are usually unemployed,
They're unhinged.
uneducated, unhinged. They're not mentally well. And so it's their opinions and ideas that we see the most of.
Right.
People who have a job and they have things that they have to do and they have like a family to take care of and they have, they're mentally capable of navigating the world.
Right.
They're not posting on social media all the time.
No.
So have you ever had somebody on like your friends list on whatever the thing is who has nothing to do with their day?
Oh, yeah.
What do they do all day long?
They post shit on
They
social
post
media.
shit on social media
all day long.
all day
and
long.
you can watch them descend into madness.
Yes, in real time.
In real time. It's quite horrifying,
Yeah.
actually.
And your friends who are taking care of themselves and they have a job and this, that, and the other, you hear from them once every, what?
Yeah. I got other shit going on.
Yeah.
I have other priorities to take care of.
So the majority of the content that we see from other people is just fucking schlock. It's just a nothing, stupid, just vapid, soulless crap.
Yeah.
And it is permeating every corner of social media.
Well, not only that, but it's just like a lot of the people that post a lot like that too are like, from what I see, it just seems like extremely like narcissistic people.
Oh, yeah.
They're just looking for confirmation bias
And delusion.
based upon their thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, everybody is subject to it.
Yeah.
Everybody does it.
Yeah.
But when you're doing
Some people do it far too much.
when you're doing it like 6 to 7 times a day.
Yeah. There was a I've seen before like where they've done studies that like the feeling that you get like in your brain when you have a notification on a social
You
media
get that
thing
dopamine hit.
it's like the same feeling that it's the same like part of the brain lights up when somebody's about to have sex.
No.
Like no wonder people are so addicted to this shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's the same with anything. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing.
Right.
If you eat too many cheeseburgers, you fucking die of fat. he died. How'd he die? He fat. It's like that's why I think that pornography is such an issue, right?
No,
Because you use pornography to like as a substitute for like an actual healthy sexual relationship,
Right.
and you know. You were never, as a human, you were never meant to have sexual gratification whenever you wanted.
Right.
You were meant to work for it.
Right.
And you were meant to, most of the time, find one person. Because that's about all the time you could give to anybody.
Well, I think that's why there's such a fucking divide now between, like, I guess, like, the modern dating scene. Because I see people, like, bitch about it so fucking much.
Yeah.
It's like, there's like, oh, you have like all these like misogynistic asshole guys, and like on one side, and the other side, it's like, well, you got all these fucking used up whores on the other side.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, how about, y'all get offline and like go actually meet people?
Yeah.
Why don't you like go find a fucking hobby?
Yeah.
And like go actually talk to someone? Why don't you go learn some fucking social skills?
Yeah. If you couldn't have sex delivered to your doorstep the way that pizza is, we would have far less issues right now than what we currently do. And it's not like it's only the attractive people who are having sex. No, with the advent of Tinder and all this shit, big, fat, ugly people are able to find each other and lower their standards enough to say, hey, look, I need to get off, you need to get off, let's just get together and make this thing happen. Just please shower before you come over.
No. All I ask is that you clean your crevices.
Yes. Please don't have any residue when you get here. Yeah, we were never meant, biologically, I don't think we were ever meant to have whatever we wanted all the time.
No, and there's also like this thing where there ends up being like this parasocial relationship with people based upon like this pornography that gets, especially like I couldn't imagine being like a young man, like say like 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's there all the fucking time.
Yeah. When I was 16 years old, dude, if I wanted to see a titty, I had to really go out of my way to make it happen.
Right.
And it usually had to be another person, live person, being a human being.
You had to go find somebody to have them show you their tits.
Yeah, I had to go find some human being and create a relationship with this person in order to see their nipples. It was the stuff that you work for is always better than the stuff you're given.
No.
So I mean, back then, that's why I feel like people are far more promiscuous now because it's so easy to acquire a relationship that it kind of loses its value.
Right.
If there's a ton of something and it's easy to get, it really is not valuable.
Right.
I mean, if I went outside and I grabbed a pine cone out of my yard and I tried to sell it to you for $800, you would think I was fucking insane.
Yeah.
But if I walked outside and I grabbed a gold nugget the size of a car tire,
yeah,
and I tried to sell it to you for $800, you would still think I was insane, but you'd buy it.
Yeah.
Because that's a great deal.
Exactly. Well, it's like scarcity creates value. That's
exactly,
the whole.
Yeah.
If it's something that people want, there's not a whole lot of it.
Right.
Then that means that you have value in the thing that it is that you're holding.
And I think that has a lot to do with why, this relationship between men and women has changed so much, where there's a lot of bad blood between the sexes. It's a lot of things contribute to it, but women used to be the ones who controlled who was having sex.
Yeah, they were the gatekeepers.
You were the gatekeepers. And you were the ones who chose which men had sex. Now, we live in this world where you can have sex whenever you want. I mean, honestly, you can. Not with any woman, but you can find a woman out there who's willing to have sex with you, usually
right.
for some exchange of goods and services. But it's so prolific and it's so available that now you aren't seen, your gender is not seen as valuable anymore.
Right.
Because you're readily available. You're widespread. You're easy to get.
Right.
And so now you hear it all the time. Like women will be like, "There's no good men left. There's, they're all cheaters. They're all misogynistic assholes." And then, in the same breath, they're like, buy my OnlyFans, $3.99 a month. And it's like, well, you are kind of creating your own issue here.
Right.
Now, that's not to say that men are totally blameless in this.
No. Yeah. Everybody is culpable.
Yeah, everybody
has,
has their part to play in this whole big fucking shit debacle. But it's when it really gets down to it, it's because of social media has made it so readily available. When I say social media, I don't just mean like Facebook and Twitter. I mean like any kind of social app.
Right.
Like Twitter or not Twitter, Tinder. Was there another one called like Bumble? Is that one? I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah.
And there's one for gay people too.
Probably.
I
would imagine.
I think it's Grindr. Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine that. Why wouldn't you hit that market?
Yeah, duh. Fucking duh. Yeah, so I don't know.
I mean, it's the same. Like it's essentially the same side it's two sides to the same coin, right? So you have women that are selling pictures of their asshole online, and it's like, and then they go, well, there's no good men left. It's like, well, if you essentially you have to treat yourself as a good or a service. Yeah. It's like. So if people think that the good and or service is not valuable, then they will not treat it with value.
Right.
And it's the same thing with fucking guys where they go, well, it's all just fucking whores and there's no good women left. And
it's women don't want to get with a guy like that.
It's like, well, you know what? If you're bitching and fucking complaining all the time, you're not doing anything to fucking make yourself better.
Yeah.
It's like, well, then of course. It's like, you want to know why? Because there's a reason for fucking gender norms.
Yeah.
There's a fucking reason for it. Because as the guy, you're supposed to take care of and protect the fucking people who live in your fucking house.
Yeah, you're supposed to be a provider and
if you're
protector.
just sitting there on your fucking ass all day long, going, oh, this is... I can't find a woman.
Nobody will fuck me.
Nobody wants my pee-pee. It's like, well, yeah, of course nobody wants your fucking dick.
Yeah.
It's like you haven't washed in a week. Like, go fucking wash yourself. Fucking learn something.
Quit eating Whoppers every day and smoking drugs and fucking just playing NBA 2K all the time.
And fucking jerking off.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to fucking happen,
You're
dude?
just this fucking sad state of a human.
Yeah.
That what value do you think you have?
Yeah. You have no value. You don't provide any value to anyone, anywhere.
It's so interesting that on both sides of the aisle, men and women, you have low value people complaining about low value people.
Exactly.
When the only thing that would fix it, there's only one thing that's going to fix it, is both sides have to have some fucking self-respect,
right,
and lift themselves up.
It's like you two need to stop talking to one another for at least like a year and a half, and you need to go fucking work on yourself.
Yeah,
and then we'll come back to this.
Yeah,
it's like, because like you said, like, two low-value people are not going to value one another because they're both fucking low-value people.
Right.
It's like, guess what? A relationship is give and take.
Yeah.
So guess what? If I'm giving all the fucking time, then guess what? I don't want to be in this fucking relationship anymore.
Yeah, and you can't have two people who are just constantly taking from one another. Right. That shit runs out fast.
Yeah, because then it's just a fucking parasitic relationship.
Yeah.
It's like, because that's what a fucking parasite does. It offers no value. It just takes. And that goes both ways. It could be a fucking woman that's that way, and it could definitely be a fucking guy that's that way.
Yeah.
It works both fucking ways.
Yeah.
It's like, so both of these groups need to take some fucking inventory, and they need to go, what do I need to do in order to attract somebody that would be worth my while?
What changes do I need to make?
What changes do I need to make?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of the overarching theme of every conversation we have on this podcast is introspection.
Right.
You have to look at yourself. So I get it. Sometimes you don't want to fucking look at yourself. And it's much easier to point the finger outward than it is inward. But, like, I mean, the crux of your issue, most of your problems are you.
Right.
You get in your way more than anybody else ever will.
Right. It's like looking in the mirror. It's like you're looking at the person who's causing all of your problems.
Have you ever seen that clip?
It's not this girl that's showing her tits and asshole on the internet.
Yeah, it's not her fault.
It's like
it's not her fault you suck.
Yeah. It's like the reason why you suck is because you keep purchasing those fucking those pictures. You don't have to do that. Why don't you go read a book?
Have you ever seen that clip? I don't know what it's from. I've only ever seen it out of context. But it's like this dude, he's like standing in this room. He's got like a white T-shirt on, and he just goes, "I'm retarded?" And then like he turns and he looks and he opens up like this closet with the mirror on the inside of the door, and like the camera pans to the mirror, and it's just like they got this Down syndrome guy to stand there, and he's just like this. And he's like, yeah, you have to have that realization.
Yeah, absolutely.
That you are an idiot.
Yeah. You're
being retarded.
Well, that's why I think that it's important, especially like with a group of, and it's different with fucking women. Women don't act the same way as guys act.
No.
But like, if you have a close group of guy friends, they'll tell you when you're being a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, hey, you're being a real fucking moron.
Yeah. We don't enjoy being around you.
Right.
You need to fix that.
You need to fucking fix yourself.
I've seen it play out before where women will put on a face in front of people they don't like.
Right.
Just to, I don't know what to save face. I don't know why. I don't know what that is. Men very quickly will tell you, you suck and we don't want to be around you.
Right.
But like women are just, I don't know. I'm not a woman. I don't get it. I don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's why there's such an issue with like toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that actually serves a purpose.
Yeah.
Because you are course correcting other males who are acting in a way in which is not beneficial to society.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so if there's a male that's just this fucking do nothing male that doesn't offer any type of like, and there's a difference between like people who like actually have issues,
like somebody who's being like a chauvinist and like a just kind of like a pig.
So like there's a difference between just like a lazy fuck that won't do anything and like somebody that like has like mental issues.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference between those two people, and guys are smart enough to fucking figure that out.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the fucking lazy guy.
Yeah.
It's like, so if the lazy guy goes to his group of friends that all fucking have a job, they're going to go, you're a fucking lazy piece of shit. Yeah. You need to get your fucking life together.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, we're still your friend, but we don't want to hear you complain about how you can't get laid. Yeah. Like, you are doing nothing to remedy that situation.
Right.
Like, what do you expect us to say to you?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you think? You think we're all going to go, like, we're going to gaslight you? And like, no, there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah. Yasslighting is my favorite term. It's so perfect because people will just gas up each other who don't deserve it.
No.
And you see it with overweight women more than anything else. And
it's not good for your health.
Yeah, not only is it,
and as a fat, I can say that.
Not only is it immoral to do that, but it's also like kind of akin to assisted suicide when you really get down to it. Yeah, you're pushing them further in that direction.
Right.
It's...
Well, and there's a difference.
And they do it to make themselves feel good, too.
Right. And there's a difference between being like a fucking asshole about it and being like, you're a lazy fat piece of shit. You need to get your fucking shit together.
Yeah, people don't respond to that. Yeah.
Right. It's like, there's a difference between like that and, I mean, some people need that. Some people like need to have the internet or whoever be like, hey, fatty, go to the gym, go fucking fix yourself.
Yeah.
And some people respond to that and some people fucking don't.
Yeah.
It's like, but there's a difference between like being an asshole about it and being like, hey, I'm concerned for your health.
Right.
Be like, you need to do something or else this is going to have ramifications on your future endeavors because you're not going to be able to get around. You might suffer a heart attack.
Yeah.
Like your body is not meant to carry around this much weight.
Like the last couple of years of your life are going to be miserable.
Right.
You're going to be miserable. They're going to be chopping off your feet.
Right.
And you're going to have tubes coming in and out of you.
Like it affects your immune system. You're going to be getting sick all the time. And
then the person who told you to keep doing that walks in wearing a fucking crop top and gym shorts and they're like, oh, honey, no, it's your fault I'm here.
Right.
You're partly to blame.
Exactly.
Well, I think that's about all we got time for. We really went off the rails, but it's been a minute since we've seen each other. We had some shit going on. Wesley and the family caught COVID there for a little while.
Yeah, that was fun. That was like a fucking horrific upper respiratory infection.
Oh, was it real bad this time?
It wasn't. I wasn't like wheezing or anything, but it was just like stuffiness.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't get rid of it.
Yeah. Hey, you're vaccinated, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got it anyway. So, like, what the fuck did it even matter?
Yeah. Yeah.
When that mRNA vaccine causes all my skin to fall off in the middle of the night and I still have COVID, what was it?
When I finally have my heart attack.
Thanks, Bill Gates. But yeah, so once again, thank you, everybody. I'm trying to wrap this up quick because your wife just texted me and has said that you're not answering your phone.
Oh, oops.
So, yeah, thank you so much for listening. Sorry we missed the last couple of episodes. We're going to try and get back on a regular schedule. I know I keep saying that, but we are going to try, as long as everybody can stay healthy. If you're new to the podcast, hello, and thank you for joining us. Hope that you've enjoyed. I'm still working to get everything uploaded to YouTube so that by the time we have our 100th episode special thing come around, I might have given away just a touch too much information.
No. Well, everybody knew we were going to be uploading all the episodes to YouTube.
Yeah, they knew that already. But anyway, before I give away too much, just know that I am still working on that. If you guys have anything you want us to talk about, if you have any corrections that we need to make sure you let us know. You can message us on the Facebook page or email us at thiccboypodcast@gmail.com. Do you have anything you'd like to close with?
Nope. As always, thank you so much for the continued support. We do appreciate it. Thank you for continuing to listen. Always remember, if you enjoy the podcast, make sure that you leave a like, a rating, or review on your favorite podcast platform. If we're not on your favorite podcast platform, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll put it there. We don't know what we don't know.
Yeah.
So if there's a new one out there that you like using, just let us know, and we'll send the feed there. That way you can listen to us there. But always just thank you so much for the continued support. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. And next week we're going to try to be less grumpy.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. That's the podcast. Thank you and goodbye.
I'm going to battle and I need your strongest potions. You can't handle my strongest potions. No one can.